Wives, lead a selfless life in your marriage. Prize your husband as he prizes you. Your God-given role as a wife is to be his helper. Don't ask him to be your helper. That's not God's design for him. God's design for your husband is to be a servant leader, is to be a sacrificial lover of your heart and soul and body. But his role is not to be your helper. Your role is to be his helper. Different roles that when you put them together, the fullness of the beauty of the gospel is on display. That's the whole point of Ephesians 5. So when we're training my son, Archie, my wife and I, we don't use words like, "Oh, Archie, you're a good helper this morning." Why? I'm not training my son to be a wife. I'm training my son to be a godly servant leader that hopefully he'll have a wife one day that he will lay down his life for, and children that he'll sacrifice for, he'll protect, he'll provide, he'll care for, like a good dad. So wives, consider the needs of your husband because, and here's something I told my wife this morning, this, I have never thought about it in these terms, but I'll never think about it the same again. If you are a wife, you are the most influential person in your husband's life. Not me. I'm his pastor. I've got some influence in his life, sure, but not like you. I don't live with him. I'm not married to him. I'm not one flesh with your husband. And so I'm gonna exhort you strongly, wife, you are the most influential person in your husband's life. It's easy to think categorically of, well, the mother is the most influential person in the child's life. Sure. But first and foremost, your ministry is to your husband before it is even to your child. And sometimes we skip over that to get to the child, and we're actually doing a disservice to our children because now our children are being discipled in, well, mom doesn't really love dad, definitely doesn't respect dad, doesn't talk to dad like she should, but she takes good care of us. And shame on us when we live like that. That's sin. Treat him, your husband, like a king as he seeks to treat you as his queen and as a daughter of the King of all kings. Are y'all with me? Ladies, I want to exhort you with strength and with love and compassion, knowing it ain't easy. Okay, it ain't easy being married to a pastor either. Sinner saved by grace. We're all being sanctified. But these are the calls on our life. These are the most important ministries that the church and the leadership in the church is supposed to equip the saints in. It's more important than anything you'll possibly do on a Sunday morning in service to God. The things that are happening in your own home. And First Peter, it just doesn't hold back at all. Peter says this is how the holy women who hoped in God used to adorn themselves. AKA, this is how those women of faith used to live. By submitting to their own husbands, as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. I'm not suggesting you go home this afternoon and say, "Hi, Lord." I'm not suggesting that. I'm saying serve him like he is the head of your home because he is, whether he's doing a good job of it or not. And I think you've been picking up on the fact that we're encouraging men to do a good job of it. And we're going to hold them accountable. And more importantly, God is going to hold them accountable. But lean into your role. Elsewhere in that same context, 1 Peter 3, he says, wives, do so regardless of whether they are deserving of it or not. That's the gospel. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Look at me, church. Were we deserving of love? Did we deserve Christ's sacrificial love? Did we earn his sacrificial love? No. So, husbands, love your wives in the same way. They did not earn your love. God has commanded you to love them. Wives, love and honor and respect your husbands even when they're not respectable. And trust that God will change them over time by his grace. Labor in prayer for your husbands. Husbands, labor in prayer for your wives.